Hi everyone, welcome back and to another short story from a series by Damon Runyon and from his book On Broadway. It's in the 1930s, perhaps slightly 1940s. And these are people he's met. He was a reporter, journalist, and he's based his characters on those people he met in Broadway and sort of more sleazy ones really. Anyway, this one's called The Snatching of Bookie Bob. Now, it comes in the spring of 1931, after a long hard winter and times are very tough indeed. What with the stock market going all to pieces and banks bursting and busting right and left and the law getting very nasty about this and that, and one thing and another, and many citizens of this town are compelled to do the best they can. There is very little scratch anywhere, and along Broadway many citizens are wearing their last year's clothes and have practically nothing to bet on the races or anything else, and it is a condition that will touch anybody's heart. So I'm not surprised to hear rumors that the snatching of certain parties is going on in spots, because while snatching is by no means a high-class interest and business, and is even considered somewhat illegal, it is something to tide over the hard times. Furthermore, I am not surprised to hear that this snatching is being done by a character by the name of Harry the Horse, who comes from Brooklyn, and who is a character who does not care much what sort of business he is in, and who is mobbed up with other characters from Brooklyn, such as Spanish John and Little Isadore, who do not care what sort of business they are in either. In fact, Harry the Horse and Spanish John and Little Isadore are very hard characters in every respect, and there is considerable indignation expressed around and about when they move over from Brooklyn into Manhattan and start snatching, because the citizens of Manhattan feel that if there is any snatching done in their territory, they are entitled to do it themselves. But Harry the Horse and Spanish John and Little Isadore pay no attention whatever to local sentiment, and go on to snatch on a pretty fair scale. And by I am hearing rumors of some very nice scores. These scores are not extra large scores, but to be sure, but they are enough to keep the wolf from the door, and in fact from 3 different doors. And before long, Harry the Horse and Spanish John and Little Isadore are around the racetracks betting on the horses, because if there's one thing they are all very fond of, it is betting on the horses. Now, many citizens have the wrong idea entirely of the snatching business. Many citizens think that all there is to snatching is to round up the party who is to be snatched and then just snatch him, putting him somewhere where until his family or friends dig up enough scratch to pay whatever price the snatchers are asking. Very few citizens understand that the snatching business must be well organized and very systematic. In the first place, if you are going to do anything snatching, you cannot snatch just anybody. You must know who you are snatching, because naturally it is no good snatching somebody who does not have any scratch to settle with. And you cannot tell by the way a party looks or how he lives in this town if he has any scratch, because many a party is around in automobiles and wearing good clothes and chucking quite a swell as nothing but the phonus balonus, and does not have any real scratch whatever. So of course, such a party is no good for snatching. And of course, guys who want to snatch cannot go around inquiring into bank accounts or asking just how much this and that party has in a safe deposit vault, because such questions are apt to make citizens wonder why. And it is very dangerous to get citizens to wondering why about anything. So the only way guys who are on the snatch can find out about parties where snatching is to make a connection with some guy who can put the finger on the right party. The finger guy must know the party he fingers has plenty of ready scratch to begin with, and he must also know that this party is such a party as not as apt to make too much disturbance about being snatched, such as telling the gendarmes. The party may be a legitimate party, such as a business guy, but he would have reasons why he does not wish it to get out that he is snatched, and the finger must know these reasons. Maybe the party is not leading the right sort of life, such as running around with blondes when he has an ever-loving wife and 7 children in Mamaroneck, but does not care to have his habits known, as is apt to happen if he is snatched, especially if he is snatched when he is with a blonde. And sometimes the party is such a party as does not care to have matches, and he run up and down the bottom of his feet, which often happens to parties who are snatched and who do not seem to wish to settle their bill properly, because many parties are very ticklish on the bottom of their feet, especially if the matches are lit. On the other hand, maybe the party is not a legitimate guy, such as a party who is running a crap game or a swell speakeasy, or who has some other dodge he does not care to have come out, and who also does not care about having his feet tickled. Such a party is very good indeed for the snatching business, because he is pretty apt to settle without any argument. And after a party settles one snatching, it will be considered very unethical for anybody else to snatch him again very soon, so he's not likely to make any fuss about the matter. The finger guy gets a commission of 25% of the settlement, and one and all are satisfied. And much fresh scratch comes into circulation, which is very good for the merchants. And while the party who is snatched may know who snatches him, one thing he never knows is who put the finger on him, and this being considered a trade secret. So we'll see a bit more about this snatching tomorrow, shall we? And very good, and very amusing. Very good story, this one. Anyway, part 2 tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed that and enjoying this series of short stories based around his time in New York. Thank you very much for listening. See you soon. God bless. Bye-bye.